2023. Let's all start this remarkable morning session with a beautiful smile. And I can assure you that our smiles will be transformed into waves of laughter by the sparkling stars of the day, the contestants. This is Toastmaster Roji Satish, your Chief Surgeon at Arms for the day. There was a man who sold helium balloons at a fair. Whenever his sales plummeted down, with a smile, he would release into the air red, blue, green, and yellow balloons, attracting more kids to buy from him. Once, a boy inquired, "Uncle, if I release a purple balloon into the air, will that also go up?" The man, with an enchanting smile, replied, "My son, it's not the color of the balloon, but rather what is inside the balloon that makes it goes up." Ladies and gentlemen, in life, if you need to soar high, propel progress towards the right direction, you need to fill your inside with the right fuel, the fuel of positive attitude, because your altitude is often determined by your attitude. So, on the pleasant, positive attitude, let me state the club mission of Toastmasters International. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. District 105 mission, we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Now, to take this virtual contest smoothly, we need to respect a few golden rules. Number one, please put your mics on mute and switch off your video as and when instructed. Kindly put off all those noise-making devices or put them in silent mode. Zoom audience, do not on your audio and video because it might obstruct the contest and disturb the contestants as such. Only the chief judge, the contest chairs, and the contestants shall keep their video on as and when at all points of time. Your YouTube audience, kindly use the chat box to communicate as and when instructed. My dear speakers, please refrain from referring to 3 taboo topics: 1, politics, religion, and sex. Appreciation. Oh my God, who doesn't love appreciation? So my dear YouTube audience, kindly use the chat box to express your appreciation and encouragement for the brave hearts of the day, the talented contestants. Zoom audience, I would like to see those clappy hands, the heart signs, encouraging our sparkling stars, the contestants. Finally, let me draw your kind attention to the online speech contest statement that was displayed at the inception of the session. I thank you all for joining us and want to wish each one of you an exciting, fantabulous, and a successful contest. I also want to take this opportunity to thank District 105 and the DTAC committee who has been tirelessly working behind the scenes. The warriors, they deserve a round of applause. Now, let me invite the special person, the master of ceremonies, a gentleman who is better known for chasing excellence. You know why? Because he likes to do ordinary things in the most extraordinary way. A maven when it comes to building network of like-minded people. An aviation engineer by profession, a certified coach on creative intelligence and design thinking. Not enough? He is an entrepreneur with Midas touch. Yes, he is the co-founder of Entrepreneur Connect and eBookery. A Toastmaster, a passionate Toastmaster who walked into this fraternity in the year 2020. He is the current Vice President Education of Billionaires Toastmasters Club. The Vice President Public Relations, Area 48, a servant leader by all means. He is a voracious reader, especially into human psychology. So beware, he might get access into your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome with a thunderous round of applause a phlegmatic Toastmaster from District 105, Toastmaster Anil Thomas. Toastmaster Anil Thomas, the virtual screen is all yours. Over to you and thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Roji Sadish, for the thunderous start. As ever, you're a great performer. Who is Roji Satish? She's a lawyer by profession, academic facilitator, content writer. She loves to observe nature. To master communication and leadership skills, she started the Toastmasters journey in the year 2021, and she's the current Vice President of Education of Pioneer Speech Weavers Toastmaster Club. Loves reading and believes in two date of births: the day we are born and the day we know why we are born. Amazing, isn't it? Let's put our hands together for this selfless effort. District dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, friends, and well wishers, my special greetings to all of you. Very good morning. Greetings to every individual witnessing this mega event of annual speech contest propelling progress District 105 DTAC 2023. I know you are using different technology to watch this event. Without you, this would not have been possible. DTAC 2023 is a bilingual speech contest in Arabic and English for humorous evaluation table topics and international speech categories. It's my privilege to be your master of ceremony for today for the first segment. When you wake up in the morning, make a declaration. I am going to find one thing today that I can giggle or at least smile about. I'm not very good in giggling, but I smile at every single jokes come on my way. Dear Toastmasters, friends, what is progress according to you? What is progress? Progress does not happen with time. There is a saying: the older you get, the better you get. Unless you are a banana, you don't progress with time, but with effort. You don't progress with time, but with effort. People say nothing is impossible, but we do nothing every day. But in Toastmasters, we empower members to communicate effectively. We even contact DTAC to test their abilities. I wish we had translated all our talks into action. Well done, better than well said. But in Toastmasters, we empower members to work hard and to progress every day, every time. What is progress according to you? Academically, there are many definitions. I believe, I believe, this is my own definition. Progress is all about the aggravation of marginal gains. We progress on daily basis. Everyone looks for drastic changes in their life. In a day, it's easy to overestimate the progress. Or is it to overestimate the significance of the life altering changes in a day and underestimate the marginal gains on daily basis? Mastery requires patience. According to social reformer Jacob Rees, when nothing seems to help, look at the stone cutter and understand the process behind the progress. He hammers the rock perhaps 100 times in a day, and then nothing happens. Then slowly and surely the crack develops. This is progress. Whatever you do, always give 100% unless you're donating the blood. We are about to witness the most sensational DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest semi-final Group A and Group B. I know you want to hear your favorite speakers without much delay. Let me commence with the Humorous Speech semi-final Group A. To take the proceedings further, let me invite contest chair, ever smiling Toastmaster Shamala. She's famous for her smile in Toastmasters Circle. She's a business planning and development specialist working for Emirates Airlines. Her long term plan is to set up something for the aging population in remembrance of her parents. She began her Toastmasters journey as a charter president of Talkmasters Toastmasters, moved on to secretary and treasurer for Billionaire Toastmasters, and now DTAC ambassador for 2023 Division O. Let us put our hands together for Toastmaster Shamla. Welcome, Toastmaster Shamla, to conduct the humorous speech contest semi-final Group A. Over to you. Screen is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Anil Thomas, for the wonderful introduction. District Director, District Program Quality Directors, District Club Growth Directors, Division Directors, Area Directors, dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Good morning to all of you. It is my privilege to be your contest chair for the District 105 DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest Group A. When we reflect upon a humorous incident that transpired in our childhood or within the walls of our workplace, an undeniable and irresistible smile inevitably graces our faces. Such memories have the extraordinary power to transport us back in time, evoking feelings of joy. As the sun sets on the final day of high school, an air of jubilation permeates the hallways. The laughter, the excitement of the students fill the air as they eagerly await the next chapter of their lives. In the midst of this buoyant atmosphere, the teacher poses a curious question. Peter, the teacher inquires, as you step out of the school gates, what would you like to be? The anticipation lingers. As Peter, with a mischievous glint in his eye, says, I want to be a multi-billionaire with 365 cars, one for each day of the year, and my very own private jet to explore the wonders of the world. The teacher interrupts him. My dear Peter, I asked, what would you like to be, not what you want to possess? The teacher then turns their attention to Natasha, a young woman. And with a twinkle in her eye, Natasha responds, I would like to be Peter's wife. He will earn the money and I will spend it. The classroom erupts with joy, their laughter echoing through the walls as they revel in Natasha's humorous retort. With our sense of humor tickled, let's move on to District 105, DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest Group A. The purpose of today's contest is to provide an opportunity for speakers to improve their speaking abilities and to recognize the best as an encouragement to all. To provide an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient speakers who have benefited from their Toastmasters training. Our chief judge today is distinguished Toastmaster Ramesh Menon. Please join me in welcoming the chief judge and the judges. Before we commence the contest, please allow me to state the rules for this contest. The contestants shall have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver their speech. A contestant will be disqualified if the speech is less than 4 minutes 30 seconds or more than 7 minutes 30 seconds. The contestants have been informed of the timing signals. For the benefit of the audience, the timing signals shall be as follows. The green light will be turned on after 5 minutes and will remain on. The yellow light will be turned on after 6 minutes and will remain on. The red light will be turned on after 7 minutes and will remain on till the speech is completed. No indication will be given to the contestant if he or she exceeds the time limits. Timing will begin with the contestant's first definite verbal or non-verbal communication with the audience. There will be 1 minute of silence after each contestant for the judges to complete their scores. During the 1 minute silence period, we thought of an innovative way to engage you during this period. We will be sharing a storyline with you in 8 different slides during the 1 minute silence, wherein the story will progressively continue with the moral of the story at the end. And in case you missed out on any slide, during the 3 minute silence, we will show these slides again so that you can engage in the story continuously. Get ready to view something new in DTAC 2023. Technical glitches. If contestant loses connection during speech, any time of the speech, the contest chair or chief judge stops the contest. Timer 1 stops and notes down the time elapsed. 2 minutes are given for reconnecting, timed by timer 2. Contestant picks up from the last word. The contestant doesn't get any grace time. If the contestant cannot connect in 2 minutes, the next contestant will be called upon and this contestant will be given an opportunity as the next contestant. If it is the last contestant who loses connection, he or she should reconnect within 7 minutes. Protests may only be registered by the contestants or judges to either the Chief Judge Distinguished Toastmaster Ramesh Menon or to myself as contest chair before the contest is adjourned. Now, let us meet our contestants. We have 8 contestants competing today. Please allow me to introduce the contestants in the speaking order as determined by a draw of lots. I will announce the name of the contestants and they are requested to respond by switching on the camera and microphone and saying hello as the name is announced. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Manisha Salman.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Anshuman Vishwanathan.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Jem Palomar.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Shazia Mohideen.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Mani Prasad Padinarathu.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you. Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Ahmed Tayulla Parambat.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Hashim Halim.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Syed Abdul Azim.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you. These are our eminent contestants for the Humorous semi-final Group A. May I request the Zoom master to capture this beautiful frame?
Done.
Thank you. Let me state the eligibility. To be eligible, a contestant must be a Toastmaster in good standing in a club in good standing, not be a current district or international officer, nor have declared the intent to run for district or international office. I confirm that all contestants are eligible to compete. During the contest, I will introduce each contestant by announcing the contestant's name, then the speech title, repeating the speech title and the contestant's name. I'm sure Zoom masters and timers are ready. Contestants are ready. Audience, I'm sure you are geared up to witness an amazing contest. Chief Judge, Distinguished Toastmaster Ramesh Menon, may I seek your permission to begin the contest? Chief Judge, Distinguished Toastmaster Ramesh Menon.
Yes. Please go ahead. Let's
Thank you,
enjoy.
Chief Judge. It is now time to begin the contest. Our first contestant is Toastmaster Manisha Salman. Contestant number 1, please confirm the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you. To check your audio and video, contestant number 1, Toastmaster Manisha Salman, please repeat the statement after me. He who laughs last.
He who laughs last.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Thank you. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Manisha Salman. I don't have time. I don't have time. Toastmaster Manisha Salman, contestant number 1. The screen is yours.
I have always believed that there are two groups of people in this world. Group 1, every day, sleeps at 9 p.m., whereas Group 2, every day, at 1 a.m. in the morning says, let me just watch one more episode and I'll go to sleep, and ends up watching the whole season. Group 1 wakes up even way before the alarm starts. Group 2 keeps hitting the snooze button till they have to send a message, oh, sorry, we'll be late, stuck in traffic. By the way, what do you think? Which group do I belong to? Good morning, Chief Judge, judges, honorable guests, and my fellow Toastmasters. I asked you a question. Which group do you think I am in? But can you relate and tell me which group do you fall into? If you are in Group 1, please share the smiley emoji with me. And if you're in Group 2, then welcome to the club, boys! I have always believed if procrastination had a club just like Toastmasters, I would be its president Something like DPM Manisha Salman, Distinguished Procrastination Master. You must be thinking, yeah, but how can you claim that? I have immense experience and expertise in this field. In fact, I was 2 hours late at my own wedding. My poor hubby was bored of our wedding, of a marriage even way before it had started. But my journey didn't start then. It started years ago. I clearly remember it was the year 2008, and it was one evening in the month of June when my mom asked, "Hey Manisha, when will you start studying? You have O-level exams coming up." "Amma, I don't have time right now. I will wake up early in the morning and I'll study." You must be thinking, Manisha must have overslept. But to your and my surprise, I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning and I started watching TV because I was still sleepy. So to freshen up my mind, I watched series like Kaun Banega Crorepati for that extra motivation. Then I switched on to MTV for that extra adrenaline rush. I danced to Shakira's Whenever. But with that rush, I started feeling hungry. So as I was preparing my breakfast, I was thinking, what will Mama say today? I did everything right. Woke up on time, breakfast. She will say, "Manna, I'm so proud of you. You're just like me." Finally, I started studying. And as I was flipping through the pages, I came across the timetable which said, first exam, 12 June, economics paper 1, 8 a.m., 3 hours. 12 June, what is the date today? I checked the newspaper. Oh, it says 12 June. Wait, let me check my phone. It is 12 June. Oh no. Wait, it is 8:30. What was I doing all this way? Oh my God, I've missed the bus. How will I go to school now? We don't even have money. My school is a 2 hours ride. Will take me now. How will I go? Wait, my brother just got back from his night shift. Let me check. I went to his room. He was in his deep sleep. I knew even if the world shook today, he will not wake up. So I kicked him. "Hey, Manisha, what do you want?" "Bhaiya, I missed my bus. I have an exam." What? He sprung on his feet and he ran towards the car. Behind him, I ran. Behind me was my mom who said, "Hey, Manisha, you come back. You come back and I'll break your legs. You know what? Don't come back again. You're not my daughter." That day, I learned something. I completed a 3 hours paper in 30 minutes. I had set a new record for myself. And thankfully, I don't have to share the result with you. But that day, I really realized something. That time is so precious and valuable. And look how you overspend it on things like TikTok, Facebook, and in my case, TV. Seriously? Since then, I made a promise. I will eliminate all kinds of distractions from my life. You must be thinking, then how come you are still the DPM? Few years later, in 2013, when I finally got a job, I removed all distractions from my life this time. This time, my distraction was getting ready. Like, who has the time to wake up in the morning and think what to pair with, what shirt, what bag, what shoes? Seriously, such a waste of time. So I switched to a beautiful gown called abaya. And abaya is such a beautiful dress. It covered my pages perfectly. And it comes with a beautiful scarf that covers my bedhead look effortlessly. So now I knew I will be highly productive because I have no time wasters. But time has always been against me. What do I do about that? One morning, my bus comes at 6:30 a.m. and I woke up at 6:20 a.m. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I grabbed the baya in my hand and I ran out of my house looking for the bus. I finally found it at the signal. I got inside the bus and I was catching for my breath. And there was a small voice inside my head which said, "Manisha, you have 40 minutes. Get ready now." But you all know, I'm a firm believer of procrastination. Obviously, I will not listen to that. Instead, I chose to sleep. After all, I can get ready at work also. Finally, I reached office. I dragged myself towards the lift. The lift door was closing and I heard a husky voice say, "Please hold the door for me." I did. And the door was opening. A beautiful fragrance of musk and oud was overwhelming. And a man was standing in milk white crisp kandura. I scanned him from toe to his head. And he said, Assalamu alaikum, thank you. It was my then CEO, Suhail bin Taraf. I looked at him and I looked at myself. I was still carrying the buyer in my hand. I look, oh my God, I ran on the lift and I kept praying that I hope he forgets about such an encounter he ever had in life. That day, I felt each and every single word of Benjamin Franklin's quote, a time lost is never found again. I had one opportunity to introduce myself to my CEO. And look, I slipped it away to procrastination. Today, I want each one of you, specifically Group 2 members, let's pledge. Let's not give away anything to procrastination and stop saying I don't have time. We have to make time for things that matter to us, because at the end of the day, procrastination is just like a credit card. It's all fun till you actually see the bill. Thank you.
May I request the Zoom master to display the participation certificate? Zoom master, the participant is Manisha Salman. May I request Toastmaster Manisha Salman to accept the participation certificate.
Thank you.
1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Anshuman Vishwanathan. Please confirm timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible to you.
Yes, both are visible.
To check your audio and video, contestant number 2, Toastmaster Anshuman Vishwanathan, please repeat the statement after me. He who laughs last.
He who laughs last.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Anshuman Vishwanathan. Successfully unsuccessful. Successfully unsuccessful. Toastmaster Anshuman Vishwanathan. Contestant number 2, the screen is yours.
Beta, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a doctor, replied my brother. What about you, beta? He will make a good joker, replied my brother again. For me. Good morning, Toastmasters. Yes. Ever since that question, I've been on this eternal journey to find my true passion, a path to success and greatness. It all began as a toddler, a time when I loved colors. I just wanted to draw and paint all day. One day, my art teacher came to class and said, "Hello, children. Take out your sketchbooks and draw whatever comes to your mind." That excited, self-obsessed little kid in me drew a nice, beautiful portrait of myself. On seeing my drawing, my teacher's face lit up. Yes! But then, "Oh, what a cute little monkey you've drawn there. Where did you see this? Did Papa take you to the zoo yesterday? So sweet." What was so sweet for her was too bitter a reality for me at that age. But I just needed another dream to fuel my passion. And it came a few years later in my early teens. I was in India on vacation visiting my lovely grandmother. She requested me, "Anshua, please sing one song for Muttaye." Sang this beautiful piece, which touched my grandmother's soul. And that's when I knew I had this hidden talent in me. As soon as school reopened, auditioned for the school choir. My music teacher said, "Sing after me, okay?" La, 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 la. Sing. Next boy, please. The manner in which I was cast aside with such utter disdain made me realize two things. One, puberty was harsh on my voice. Two, old age was harsher on my grandmother's ears. And the search for my true passion continued into my late teens. But by then I figured, arts is boring. Sports is cool. Awestruck by Michael Phelps' stellar performance at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, I signed up for a swimming program under a coach, Mr. Brighton from Uganda. He was known for pushing his students to their limit, making them the best. He asked me, "What are you looking to achieve from this course?" "Brighton, I want to swim like a fish." "My boy, think bigger, aim higher." But seeing my pathetic progress in the next few weeks, he told me, "Come on, what are you doing?" When I said bigger, he meant swim like a shark, like a hippopotamus. With a resigned look, he told me, "I wanted you to rise. You, my friend, are just sinking deeper and deeper." Clearly, the very worst in me had pushed Mr. Brighton to his village. Soon, I joined college. At that point, focusing on studies didn't excite me. What fascinated me was the glitz and glam of Bollywood. The GOAT, the greatest of all time. Shah Rukh Khan was my idol. I wanted to emulate his success. So I auditioned for the college drama, which was directed by my senior command. I went there and said, "Hey, what role do you have for me, man?" Listening to me speak, he gave me the role of an actual goat. And what's worse, everyone started calling me "Hey, Goaty" for the rest of my college life. After graduation, I found myself a job. In this quest to be different from the rest and find something I truly love, I ended up being something millions of Indians have already become, and yet nobody does: an engineer. Think of my boring, mundane life. I kept asking myself, what is that one thing common to all successful people? The answer was staring me in the face all along: money. But staring at my bank balance, that answer wasn't a pretty one. I then remembered the wise words of Robert Sharma. Don't be a prisoner of your past. Be the architect of your future. Inspired, I put all the money I had into this mutual fund that promised a quick, super exorbitant return. But till now, nothing has returned. Because mutual funds are subject to market risk, pays it off talking carefully for investing. The reason they give that warning so fast in investment types is so it flies right above the head of slow people like myself. Thank you, Robert. Now I am the architect of my failure. Hopeless and now broken. I had to face the wrath of the love of my life, my wife. She told me, Anshu, what are you doing with your life? My entire life flashed. After that, my brother said, he will make a good joker. Was he right? Today, as a doctor, he's successfully saving lives. And I'm very successfully making a joke of my life. That's what it hit me. In all my successfully unsuccessful attempts at achieving success, the only thing I truly succeeded at is making people laugh at my failures. So I thought to myself, rather than being the butt of all jokes, why not be the face of my own jokes? So I stand here today, taking laughter into my own hands by giving humor a shot. What do you say, friends? Could this be my path to greatness? Contest chair?
May I request the Zoom master to display the participation certificate? Toastmaster Anshuman Viswanathan, please accept your participation certificate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let us continue the story during this second 1 minute silence. Remember, the story is continuing in all the slides. 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Jem Palomar. Toastmaster Jem Palomar, please confirm timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, they are both visible.
To check your audio and video, please repeat the statement after me. He who laughs last.
He who laughs last.
I confirm you're audible and visible. Thank you. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Jem Palomar. Breaking the language barrier. Breaking the language barrier. Toastmaster Jem Palomar, contestant number 3. The screen is yours.
इदा फहिम तहादा कुल कैफ हालेक अगर किसी को मेरे बात समझ में आए तो सब कहे कि आप कैसे हैं Ipol niyan samsari ka na tu, arkengulum, mansilaya, devjatu, pareyo, sukamano. If anyone can understand what I'm saying, please say, how are you? Sending the same message, but in different languages, resulting in confusing faces. 3 months after my college graduation, I worked in a coffee shop in the Philippines. I worked as a cashier, and in my job, I get a chance to meet different type of customers. One day, one foreign customer came, wearing my uniform, black pants, black shirt, and a cap. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. How are you? Oh, hi. Good afternoon. Can I have some tea, please? And a bottle of water. And a bottle of water? Well, I just understood the word something. And as far as I remember, we don't have something in our menu. So I said, sir, sorry, we don't have something in our menu. Here's the menu board. You can choose. Oh, no, sorry. I said some tea, please. Tea, T-E-A. Oh, tea. I gave the order and I was so embarrassed because that guy is so cute also. Then I realized maybe I have to improve my English speaking skills. Fast forward, I came here in Dubai. I worked in a courier company. And guess what? I'm the only Filipino and the rest are Indians. One day, I made a stupid mistake, probably because of the language barrier. And my colleague, Praveen, he said, Jem, I told you no, but you didn't listen. Praveen, what to do? I asked you if this is today's delivery and you just did like this. So I thought it's no. Because in Philippines, if you shake your head like this, it means no. Then I told myself, maybe I have to learn Hindi language. After some time, I learned some basic Hindi words. One morning, Praveen, Shuprabhat. And in the pantry, during lunch break, Aap kana kaya kya bhai? And if they say yes, Aap kya khana kaya? Which means, did you eat and what did you eat? And if anyone will ask me to count the shipments, I would just loudly say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then Praveen jokingly said, Jem, you know, I am from Kerala. Do you know how to count in Malayalam? I knew it. I knew he will ask, and I came prepared. And this time, I was looking at him while counting the shipments. Praveen, prashna mila. One, rande, mune, nale, anche, ari, eri, erte, angul, pat. Oh, Jem, that's very impressive. You know, I will give you another tip. If any Indian guy will try to tease you, just say, police ko bolay kya? I said, police ko bolay kya? What's that? It means, do you want me to call the police? Oh, Praveen, thank you so much. That's very helpful. Next day, Praveen was asking me where I kept some files, and I just did like this. And he started doing the same. I said, Praveen, that's not good. I will call our boss. And still keep doing it. Praveen, police ko bolay kya? And he's not stopping. He's still doing it. I said, Praveen, tumeri wife ko bolay kya? Oh, Jem, please call everyone. Please call our boss and please call the police. But please don't call my wife, huh? Then why are you doing like this? So he thought I was asking kiss from him. I said, Praveen, when you wanted to point something in Philippines, you can just do simply like this. So from those experiences, I get interested to learn different languages, including body languages. And one day, I was driving in a busy road in Dera, and as the red light turned on, I saw one old lady trying to cross the road, holding her stick, walking very slowly. And she just reached in the middle of a pedestrian lane, and the green light turned on. And one guy ran and stood, giving gestures to the motorists to stop till the old lady completely crossed the road. And by the time they reached the other side, the red light turned on again. So I witnessed what happened next. So I noticed that they didn't even talk, but the old lady was tapping the head of the guy as if she's expressing her gratitude and blessings to him. So I realized that's different language. That's humanity language. By the way, do you know who was that guy? It's Praveen. So I shouted at him, Praveen, Praveen. And he just did like this. But this time, we can understand each other. So ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we have to learn the language literally to communicate more effectively. But sometimes we just need to be respectful and kind enough, and without even talking, we can communicate. And for me, that's what I call breaking the language barrier. Over to you, contest chair.
May I request the Zoom master to present the participation certificate? Toastmaster Jem Palomar, kindly accept the participation certificate.
Thank you, ma'am.
1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Shazia Mohideen. Please confirm the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, it's visible for me.
To check your audio and video, Toastmaster Shazia Mohideen, please repeat the statement after me. He who laughs last.
He who laughs laughs.
I confirm you're audible and visible. Thank you. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Shazia Mohideen. Imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect. Toastmaster Shazia Mohideen. Contestant number 4. The screen is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in perfection. Everything I do has to be perfect. Be it my car, my home, or my dress. Just like the one I'm wearing today. A perfect size 0. Hey, I don't mean the number. I mean the shape. A perfect 0. Contest chair, panel of judges, fellow Toastmasters. Have you ever wondered how imperfect perfection could be? Let me share my story. I had planned a trip to India in which I wanted my family to experience the snow. I learned some history in the same trip. And when I plan something, I'm always perfect. After a tireless brainstorming with my travel agent, I finally decided to go to Agra and Shimla. What a weird combination, isn't it? But that's me. Perfect. Landed in Delhi. From Delhi, we straightaway left for Agra to witness the majestic white marble mausoleum under the full moon. Hi, the mesmerizing view of Taj Mahal under the moonlight. The cold breeze brushing through us was so magical that my husband went out of control. He looked at me and said, "Honey, you look as round as this full moon, as fluffy as this rose, and as dark as the night." Did you just realize how perfect I am for my husband? In my emotional outburst, I left his side and went inside. It was a bit dark, but I was enjoying the internal tour of Taj. Suddenly, a huge lady pushed me hard. In moments, I was in a small room. Pitch dark, I could not see anything, but I could hear many things. Window, the cool breeze, rattling of chain. Is this the Atma of Amma Mumtaz? Amma? Oh, Amma, not my fault, Amma. Doors are very old. Sorry. In a trice, there was a pat on my back. To escape, there was no track. I'm your ancestor grandchild, na Amma. Leave me. Then I heard Shazia. Abba Shah Jahan. He knows my name too. In a blink of an eye, I was done. And there was my husband. I hugged him tight. The only time I was ever delighted to see him. Now, Agra was out. A long way to Shimla was in. The whole way I was very excited. Kept dreaming of snow, snowfall, the chilly feel. Wake up, mommy. Shimla is here. My eyes were closed. Why aren't you sounding excited, sweetie? I kept my hand outside the window, desperate to feel the snow. But my hands were empty. No snowfall. Oh no, the sun was out. Oh. Peer Mia, did you check the weather forecast? I had told you I want to see the snowfall. Here it is melting snow in Shimla, Mia. By mistakenly, madam. Snow there na. Snow falling, melting, same. Good luck, okay? This was the reason for my daughter's sadness. To cheer her up, we took her to Kufri for a horse ride. I was very reluctant to go in this melting snow, but my husband, he forced me, you know. As I mounted the horse, it started trotting. Shh, shh. Guess what? The horse and I both were ice skating. And when nothing goes right, then go left, no hope left. We both were in deep pond of ice cold water. Soon a crane was called, not to just pull me out, okay? The horse was heavier. As I came out chilled, I could not walk. My husband, to save his back, tied me with the rope and pulled me on the track. My daughter on the other side, push, mama, push. This showed their perfect love for me. Ow, 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 ow. Meanwhile, a yak was sitting next to our car and continuously staring at me. Then slowly it came close. Moo, moo. Hey, move. Stop flirting with me, move. A tourist passing by captured this moment and posted on social media until my friend reposted it for me with a tagline, "A yak found a yak," and also highlighted it with a big circle. So, my dear friends, what did you just do? You just witnessed an imperfectly perfect trip and me. Moral of the story: perfection does not exist. It is just an illusion. And if you don't trust me, look into your mirror and no more confusion. Over to you.
Thank you. May I request the Zoom master to present the participation certificate? Toastmaster Shazia Moideen, please accept your participation certificate. Thank you. 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Maniprasad Padinarathu. Please confirm timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible to you.
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you. Toastmaster Maniprasad Padinarathu, please repeat the statement after me to check your audio and video. He who laughs last.
He who laughs laughs.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Maniprasad Padinarathu. Life is a challenge. Life is a challenge. Toastmaster Maniprasad Padinarathu, contestant number 5. The screen is yours.
Life is a challenge. We should learn how to handle it. I told this to my mom when she told me the cooking gas is finished. After some time, she gave me my lunch box full of raw vegetables and uncooked rice and said, yes, life is a challenge. You should learn how to handle it. When I looked at her, she added, living with a son like you itself is a big challenge. Toastmasters and friends, since my childhood to till date, I had been a big challenge to my parents. As a child, I was unbelievably aggressive. My parents found extremely challenging to control me. So they coolly passed on the challenge to the teachers by enrolling me in a school. While I was in grade 1, I created a record which nobody could challenge so far. In the academic year of 250 working days, I went to the school only 50 days. The school authorities were in panic that their reputation will be spoiled with the first time ever failure of a student in grade 1. Fortunately, that year, government has decided to promote every child, irrespective of the performance or attendance. So with the divine intervention, the challenge which I threw to the school got diffused. While I was in primary school, our class teacher invited ideas from children. How to keep the school neat and clean. I gave a brilliant suggestion. The school will remain neat and clean if all of us stay at home. The teacher stopped inviting idea itself afterwards. It is really a challenge for me to read the minds of these teachers. While I was in college, I had a girlfriend. Once she asked me, what is my concept of a perfect date? I said, my concept of a perfect date is DD, MM, YY format. Just all the formats confuses me. The girl stopped talking to me itself. I asked her, shall I suggest another format? But she never gave me a second chance. It is really a challenge for me to read the minds of these girls. After my graduation, getting a job was another challenge. In one job interview, the interviewer said, we are looking for persons who can sell anything under the sun. I said, I'm absolutely great in selling. Since my childhood to till date, I sold many things, including my wristwatch, calculator, and computer, without even the knowledge of my parents. Interviewer did not appreciate my skills. It is really a challenge for me to understand these people. Finally, after I got a job, getting married was another challenge. In search of a bride, I went to see a girl in my village whose family is full of talented musicians. Her father asked me, son, tell me your talents. I said, I have a lot of hidden talents. The challenge is, I myself can't find it. That is the reason I'm looking for a bride. The musician's daughter immediately took a decision not to take up the challenge. As nothing was working out, my mother was greatly worried that I may remain as a confirmed bachelor. So she asked me about my girlfriend of college days. I said, it's a fantastic idea to propose her now. She's a mother of 2, and it will be like a special offer, buy one, get 2 free. By this time, I became very popular in my area. That getting a girl from my village became impossible. So my parents decided to expand the bride hunt to the far off places where my name and fame did not reach yet. For this purpose, they shared a photograph with a family in another town. Fortunately or unfortunately, the girl liked my picture and agreed to marry me. Now we are happily, married for many long years. But my wife is still on another challenge. She is still looking for that photograph. After our son was born, we had a new challenge. My son started calling me with some special names, which my wife used to call me whenever she is angry. I told my wife to resolve it. She said, I will address you as dad in his presence, and listening to me, he will correct himself. Fantastic idea. My mother-in-law also supported. Now, my son's problem got resolved, but I am into one new challenge now. Though I am the father of a single child, everybody at my home is calling me as dad, including my mother-in-law. Whoa! My dear friends, have you heard any noise? It's my mom again. She is telling that there is no cooking gas to prepare the dinner. I must resolve this challenge now. If not, something similar I will get for my dinner also. Contest chair.
Zoom Master, can you please display the participation certificate? May I request Toastmaster Mani Prasad Padinarathu to accept the participation certificate? Thank you. 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Ahmed Tayullah Parambat. Please confirm timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, visible.
Thank you. To check your audio and video, Toastmaster Ahmed Tayullah Parambat, please repeat the statement after me. He who laughs last.
He who laughs last.
Thank you. I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Ahmed Tayullah Parambat. A bullet. A bullet. Toastmaster Ahmed Tayullah Parambat. Contestant number 6. The screen is yours.
I am so lucky a person that if someone shoots at someone in the next building, the bullet will come searching for me to hit. Hard to believe, right? Let me tell you why. Madam Congress Chair, ladies and gentlemen, I was traveling to Qatar. At the airport, they denied me boarding because the profession in my Oman ID did not qualify for a visa on arrival in Qatar. 64 different professions, including that of my own employees, doctors, nurses, lab techs, qualified. But the poor employer did not. As sarcastic as saying, the operation was so successful that the patient died immediately, right? So I argued with the airline staff. She didn't like it. So she invented the next best obstacle. Your passport is damaged. She dangled my passport. I asked her, can I talk to your superior? I am the airline. She said, I loved her arrogance. So I decided to reissue my passport. When I learned the reissue fee of a damaged passport, I was like that COVID patient who recovered fully after weeks on ventilator and died the moment he saw the hospital bill. Long story short, I applied online and appeared for physical verification application accepted. Out of sheer innocence, I told the guy that I made a minor spelling correction on the name of my wife, which he had failed to discover. For that, you have to get the approval of the passport officer, he said. I dug my own grave. That required me to go to the embassy next day, which was a holiday. The next 2 days were even holier. The weekend. It took 5 days to resubmit. All well? No. After I left the office after resubmission, the guy came chasing me into the lift and told that I forgot to charge you for the jumbo pages, 9.7 Omani Riyals cash. I drove to the nearest ATM. As I was searching for the ATM on both sides of the road, my car bumped into the car in front. Accident, police, insurance. By the time I returned to office after the accident formalities, they were closed. The next day, the guy who had my documents and my money was on sick leave for 2 days. When he returned to work, I fell ill for 2 days. It took 5 more days to resubmit. Oh, well, now. In the application, I had given 2 Indian contacts, which was mandatory for police verification. One was my driver's, the other was my nephew's. I called my driver to inform. Lol, he was in Bahrain. Immediately, I called my nephew. Damn it, he was in Dubai. Hard to believe, right? Don't believe. I frantically chased for a single Mandu who would remain in Kerala for the next 5 days continuously. My neighbor volunteered. Oh, I ran back to the office to update the contacts. All well? No. Next morning, my neighbor called to inform that he needed to go to Malaysia for an urgent meeting of chartered accountants. Oh God, why this to me? To me alone. You have a lot of people. As the police could not verify over phone, they went to my premises. First, they met my neighbor who had a grudge on me. He told, I got a doubt on this guy. Next, they asked a passerby who was standing in front of my house. He said, Sir, this house is always locked. Maybe the owner died. Finally, they went to my good neighbor who gave all positives. They just asked for my passport copy. My neighbor called me. I was attending a Toastmasters meeting, my phone in silence. I missed her call. She called again and again. I missed again and again. At that time, I realized that Toastmasters was injurious to police verification. After that, they called my wife. The line was cranky, voice broken. My wife heard, Hi, Fauzia, you send the passport copy. She sent her passport copy. What happened next? I leave it to your imagination. If a single thing in my life can go through that many tragedies which you all enjoy as comedy. Why should a bullet passing nearby me miss my neck? Contest chair.
May I request the Zoom master to present the participation certificate? Toastmaster Ahmed Tayullah Parambat, please accept the participation certificate. Thank you. We continue with our 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Contestant number 7, please confirm. Hello. Please confirm the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible to you.
Yes, timer 1 and timer 2 are visible to me.
To check your audio and video, Toastmaster Hashim Halim, please repeat the statement after me. He who laughs last.
He who laughs last.
And Toastmaster Hashim Halim, please repeat the statement after me. He who laughs last.
He who laughs last.
Thank you. I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Motivation is injurious to health. Motivation is injurious to health. Toastmaster Hashim Halim, contestant number 7. The screen is yours.
Last year, for the annual function of our college alumni, I invited as a motivational speaker the great Professor Siliguri Silavarashan from the University of Tegucigalpa. Now, he came over and gave a 1.5-hour keynote on the topic where he propounded, money is the root of all evil. Don't pursue money, pursue your goals. And after that, he gave us a bill for 100,000 rupees for the event. Respected contest chair, esteemed judges, and all my motivated friends. It's not that I hate motivation, but I believe that too much motivation is injurious to health. Think about it. When we were kids, did we need any motivation? No, we got it all from home. My greatest motivator was my mom. My mom had a special theory of motivation called the UFO theory. No aliens were hurt in this process, only me. The UFO theory means that when I did something wrong, or my results came, or I was in trouble, unidentified flying objects would be hurled towards me. Now, these could be a vegetable, her broomstick, or her favorite projectile. the slipper. Oh, her accuracy was better than a laser-guided missile. You could duck, you could hide, she would still be able to find you. Hollywood brought out bending bullets. My mom could bend slippers in the air much before that. And when she caught hold of me, it was like Michael Jackson said, just beat it. It was as if she was preparing for cricket practice. But what made my mom's motivation all the more special was her instant transformation. Within seconds, she would go from bandit queen to Mother Teresa. With her brand of sentimental torture, even the CIA is not this good. She would start, Hashim, your dad is getting old now. My mom and my dad are around the same age. Your dad is getting old now. When will you change? Change, Baba, change. Listening to her, anybody would change. Even Dracula would become a vegetarian. To improve my marks, ladies and gentlemen, I listened to her and I changed. At the next exam, I changed my seat. I sat next to the smartest kid in class and I copied everything. My performance was better than a Xerox machine. I copied every single, except his name, of course. When he missed a question, I whacked his head and said, write that, I need the marks. And finally, when the results came, I got 1 mark more than him. He made a spelling mistake, which I corrected in my copy. See, my mom's motivation works. The other great motivator when I was growing up was my dad. Now, my dad had a straightforward single method called, you kids have it easy. Have you heard that before? My dad used to say, when I was a kid, I used to walk 20 kilometers to go to school. Our whole town was only 6 kilometers long. I don't know where his school was, in Bombay. His school was actually right behind our house. I think he was going around in circles. But during school, our teachers made sure that all students were always motivated. One such teacher was my maths sir, Thakur sir. Now, he followed my mom's method as well, except that whenever we were distracted, we would be hit by a small chalk. That was his choice of projectile. Now, once in class, I was sitting near the window. I was looking outside. There were some monkeys playing on the tree. Suddenly, a projectile hits me. And he comes and says, Hashim, why are you looking at the monkeys when I'm standing here? You can't argue with that. Another great motivator in our school was our English teacher, Mrs. D'Souza. Now, for the annual day function, she went on stage and gave a fantastic speech where she said, fear is your enemy. Overcome your fear and be the hero. In between her speech, she saw a cockroach on stage, screamed her lungs out and ran away. Now, I don't know if she overcame her fears, but that cockroach definitely became a hero. Now, when we went to college, they made sure that we, as the final graduating class, were always motivated. So in our final year of engineering, they brought a motivational speaker to speak to the final year class. He came up and said, the world needs you. The world is waiting for you. Listening to him, I thought when I graduate, I'm going to join a company like Google. Reality, I joined a company that you won't even find on Google. So friends, motivation needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. Now, these days, you have many of these YouTube motivators. One such motivational speaker came up and said, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. I wanted to tell him, I spent 40 years to get into my comfort zone. Now you want me to get out? It's my comfort zone. You get out. Now, we Toastmasters tend to take this motivation to the next level. Last month at our club meeting, we had a distinguished Toastmaster who came and gave a fantastic motivational speech where he said, don't follow the beaten path. Go where there is no path. Create your own path. After listening to this speech, 3 Toastmasters are missing from my club. I think they're still trying to find their path. Now, friends, we have this message in Toastmasters that messages are universal. Just imagine Dhananjay Hetirachi's message, I see something in you. Is it really universal? Imagine if your doctor looks at your X-ray and says, Mr. Hashim, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. Would you be motivated? No, you would be running for your life. So we need to take motivation with a pinch of salt. The problem that I have with motivation is that motivators tend to push you, but they don't tell you how to do it. Inspired by Les Brown videos, last month, I tried to cook some exquisite Malawian fish. Fantastic. The problem is, I don't know how to cook. There was more oil than Saudi Arabia. It was a disaster. So friends, use motivation with a pinch of salt. If you need further motivation, call your parents, or better yet, call my mom. I'll give you the number. Back to you, contest chair.
The master, can we please display the participation certificate? May I request Toastmaster Hashim Aleem to accept the participation certificate. Thank you. 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Syed Abdul Azim. Contestant number 8. Please confirm timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible to you.
Yes, they are visible.
Toastmaster Syed Abdul Azim, please repeat the statement after me to check your audio and video. He who laughs last.
He who laughs last.
Thank you. I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Syed Abdul Azim. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Toastmaster Syed Abdul Azim, contestant number 8. The screen is yours.
Raju walked in it full masti. Fellow Toastmasters, respected judges and guests, Raju danced with full masti. Masti is an Hindi word meaning carefree, frolic, and thrill. Azim, Azim, he kept shouting, Azim, I'm getting married, I'm getting married, I'm getting married. At first, I thought this useless fellow is having an heart attack. But when I heard he's getting married, I almost got an heart attack. Raju, DVSN Raju. Dullapalli Sarvana Vijay Shekaranamala Raju is getting married. That name certainly is not going to fit in marriage certificate, I am sure. I congratulated him and pretended to share his enthusiasm. Pretended because I'm married for 5 long years and I know the pain. Azim, 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 it's a good news. who are not excited about my marriage. To be honest, I don't know why I need to be excited about his marriage. He's the one who will be going on honeymoon soon, not me. Anyhow, I don't want to throw water on this thrill. So I said, Raju, welcome to the club. Raju seems to be concerned about my lack of enthusiasm. So I explained to Raju. Raju, listen intently. As a bachelor, let me give you a scenario. You have not called your mother for 8 to 10 days. What happens? Your mother does a video call. Hello, Mama. Your Babu Raju, what happened, Amma? Why you have not called for so many days? We are so worried about you. Amma, nothing like that. I'm busy with work. Oh, poor boy, look at you. You're not eating properly, na? Kana, tell me if someone is coming from a hometown. I'll send homemade mango pickles for you. Same scenario, Raju, as a happily married man. Hello, Amma. Shut up! Don't call me Amma Damma. Why you became so big after marriage that you don't even have time for your parents? Do you need to take your permission from your wife, ah? Amma, not like that. I'm busy with work. Oh, poor boy. Look at you. You became so thin. Why your wife is not cooking properly? Ask her to call me. I'll share some recipes with her. So basically, Raju, after marriage, your mother, your sister, your cousin sister, all will feel neglected and suffer from ASTTGH syndrome. Ab to teri shaadi ho gayi syndrome. But Azim, you seems to be managing quite well. Oh, Raju, that's because I'm the member of Toastmaster fraternity. Let me explain. We at Toastmaster conduct session every week. Every week, a member takes up the role of Toastmaster of the day and introduces the club with a new and unique theme. And after the session, we Toastmasters have a habit of appreciating the speakers and Toastmaster of the day. Similarly, as a habit at home, whatever my wife does, I appreciate. For example, last week, she has done some home cleaning. I told to my wife, "Oh, Madam Home Master, you did this cleaning process in an innovative way. You used me as your cleaning tool, which is incredible, and the reason I did my mechanical engineering. You made me wash all the corners of the washroom, which is fantastic, and the reason my sugar and cholesterol levels are under control. Your vocal variety and instructions were perfectly pitched. Your body language, especially your hand movements, were perfectly timed. And Raju, every week we learn a new word. These words I use in my vocabulary. For example, whenever my wife wears a makeup, I say to my wife, "Oh, Madam Makeup Master, you look alluring, bewitching, enchanting, enthralling, engrossing, elfin, magnetic, hypnotic, spellbinding, mind-boggling." After hearing this, I'm relieved for 2 days from washing dishes. Apart from this, Raju, we learn time management, which helps us to balance personal and professional life. We learn leadership skills, which helps us to discipline children. Most importantly, we learn to give impromptu replies. This is very useful in giving befitting replies to our friends, family members, and especially to mother-in-law. Wow, Azim, so many good qualities under one umbrella. Giving feedback, vocabulary improvement, time management, impromptu replies. I too want to become Toastmaster. Oh, yes, Raju, you're welcome to MMTC, Married Men Toastmaster Club. Welcome to the club. Over to you, contestant.
Zoom Master, can you please display the participation certificate? Zoom Master, may I request for the participation certificate?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Syed Abdul Azim, please accept the participation certificate.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Zoom Master. 3 minutes of silence for the judges to mark their ballots and finalize the results. Zoom Master, can we have the spotlight on Ahmad Tayullah Parambat, please? Zoom Master, may I request the spotlight to be on Ahmad Tayullah Parambat? Good morning to you, Toastmaster Ahmadayullah Paramat, you have written in your profile that you love to travel. Can you share some of your travel experiences?
A great question. I have already traveled to 62 countries around the world, 37 only in Europe. And I, even at very late age, travel as a backpacker and stay in youth hostels. So my advice to anybody who travel without family to travel and stay in youth hostels so that you get company from there and you will explore more if you are a lone backpacker traveler. So my aim is to complete at least 80 countries around the world. In this summer, I will finish some half a dozen more. So my advice to everybody is, if possible, stay in youth hostels.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. Zoom Master, can we have the spotlight on Hashim Halim, please? Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Good afternoon. Good morning to you, Toastmaster
Hi,
Hashim
good morning.
Halim.
Good morning, Contestant Shamla.
Your favorite quote: "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in the drop." Why is it your favorite quote?
Rumi is one of my favorite poets. I've read a lot of work by Rumi, and I find that there's a lot of depth in some of his writings and in most of the stuff that we quote. This one particular, I think it embodies what Toastmasters is all about. That you come to Toastmasters not just to discover who you are, but also to learn from everybody around you. And when you learn one thing from 10 people, then there are 10 more things that you've added to yourself. And I think that's what this quote embodies. And that's indeed what the spirit of Toastmasters is all about. So that's why it's one of my favorite quotes. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Zoom Master, can we have the spotlight on Toastmaster Anshuman, please?
Hello.
Good morning, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Morning. Good morning, everyone.
What animations do you like? What are the animations do you like? You have mentioned you like watching sports and you like anime. What is it? How do you like to explain that to us?
This might sound a bit weird, but I'm into Japanese anime. I don't know how many people watch it. So I'm a big fan of Japanese anime, and I watch a lot of Japanese anime. So I think that's the main animation that I do watch. So yeah. And I
Thank
used to
you,
watch a lot
thank
of
you.
cartoons also as a kid. So yeah, that too.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Anshuman. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give our contestants a huge round of applause. This concludes the contest, and I hereby adjourn the District 105 DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A. The results will be announced at the end of the day. I request all the contestants to be present at that time with the same screen name as now and keep their videos on. Toastmasters and guests, thank you for your support. I thank our DTAC Education Committee for providing me this opportunity to be the contest chair for this ribs-rattling humorous speech contest semi-final A. May I now request the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Anil Thomas, to take the proceedings forward. Over to you.
Thank you, Contest Chair Toastmaster Shamla, for conducting the Humorous Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A brilliantly, efficiently. The results for the Humorous Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A will be announced at the end of the business. Without much delay, let me move on. Now it's a time to move on to the next segment, the DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest Semi-Final Group B. Before that, my special regards to Toastmaster Vodai, my one and only backup arrangement. Thanks, Toastmaster Vodai, for being there to support me. Thanks again to the DTAC chair and his entire crew, Godson, Toastmaster Abida, Toastmaster Ahsan Jalal. Without you guys, this would not have been possible. Now, to conduct the semi-final Group B, let me call upon contest chair DTM Abida. I have a huge respect for DTM Abida. Abida was working tirelessly throughout the DTAC process. She's a leader with a vision, and her life mantra is to inspire, empower, and to transform. She has held various positions in the District 105. She was an area advisor of Area 17, past area director, Area 18. She was the chairman of Group G of the Global Youth Gavel Club and Gavel Counselor at the Indian School, Muscat. She has won many contests in the humorous and international speeches. By profession, dietitian, teacher, author, and a podcaster too. Oh my God. See what she has achieved in her life and what I am doing with my life. Life is like looking for your mobile phone. Most of the time it's in your hand or it's in pocket. In my case, it's always in the pocket, but I will still be looking for the mobile phone. Toastmasters, live your life in full. She has also been conferred with the most prestigious Navin National Excellence Teaching Award at Indian School, Muscat, where she teaches French. A mother of three, and she enjoys motherhood. Of course, why not? Let's put our hands together for DTM Abida. Over to you, DTM Abida. The screen is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Anil Thomas, for that wonderful introduction. District Director, District Program Quality Directors, District Club Growth Directors, DTAC Chair and his team, Division Directors, Area Directors, dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Assalamu alaikum. Bonjour. Hola. Good morning. It's good morning, yes. Greetings to one and all. It is my privilege to be your contest chair for the District 105 DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest Semi-Final B. This story dates back to I was a new arrival to Oman, mesmerized with its beauty and immersed in my own deja vu. Aunties came home to visit me with a lot of jinn stories in store. During that period of time, my husband gifted a new personal computer loaded with a lot of games to spend my time apart from those auntie stories. One fine day, I was playing a car race game, and being a multitasker, I ran to the kitchen to handle the forgotten chores. And I almost forgot the game I was playing. Then came the call from my washing machine. Key, 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 followed by some loud whispers from my room. I rushed to my room, and then I didn't find anything. Not even a single soul was there, as per I imagined some jinn or some ghost. Went to the kitchen back. The noise came in again. This time, I equipped myself with a mop stick in one hand and a rolling pin in another, tiptoeing slowly to my entrance door, opened to listen to any kind of creepy noise, which grew louder, not there, again came from my room. This time, I was quite vigilant, walked towards the corner of my room, where my personal computer sat with the weird screams of screensavers, which I was not aware, being new to the technical world. I consoled my palpitating heart, had a hearty laugh, and those silly memories still linger. Humor is healing, isn't it? A cheerful heart is good medicine, and a downcasted spirit dries up the bones. Humor involves the ability to make other people smile and laugh. It is a source of pleasure, comfort, and defense. Today, you will be witnessing an array of humorous speeches laid on 8 platters. I assure you that your funny bones are sure to rattle, if not tickle. If not, you will be rolling out laughing. Let me set the tone for the contest. What did one hat say to the other? You stay here. I will go ahead. So let me go ahead by commencing the humorous speech contest. The purpose of today's contest is to provide an opportunity for speakers to improve their speaking abilities and to recognize the best as an encouragement to all. To provide an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient speakers who have benefited from their Toastmasters training. Contestants, our chief judge today is distinguished Toastmaster David Griffith. Please join me in welcoming the judges and the chief judge. Before we commence the contest, please allow me to state the rule of this contest. The contestant shall have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver their speech. A contestant will be disqualified if the speech is less than 4 minutes, 30 seconds, or more than 7 minutes, 30 seconds. The contestants have been informed the timing signals. For the benefit of the audience, the timing signals shall be as follows. The green light will be turned on after 5 minutes. The yellow light will be turned on after 6 minutes and remain on. The red light will be turned on after 7 minutes and will remain on till the speech is completed. No indication will be given to the contestant if he or she exceeds the time limit. Timing will begin with the contestant's first definite verbal or non-verbal communication with the audience. There will be 1 minute of silence after each contestant for the judges to completely mark the score sheets, to complete the mark scores. During the 1 minute silence period, we have an innovative way to engage you. We will be sharing a storyline with you in 8 different slides, wherein the story will progressively continue with its moral at the end. And in case you have missed on any slide during the 3-minute silence, we will show these slides again so that you can engage in the story continuously. Get ready to view something new in DTAC 2023. Now, let me talk about the technical glitches. If the contestant loses connection during the speech, the contest chair or the chief judge stops the contest. Timer 1 stops and notes down the time elapsed. 2 minutes are given for reconnecting, timed by the timer 2. The contestant picks up from the last word. The contestant doesn't get any grace time. If the contestant cannot connect in 2 minutes, the next contestant will be called on, and this contestant will be given an opportunity as the next contestant. If it's the last contestant who loses connection, he or she should reconnect within 7 minutes. Protests may only be registered by the contestants or judges to either the chief judge, distinguished Toastmaster David Griffiths, or to me, your contest chair, before the contest is adjourned. Now, let us meet our contestants. We have 8 contestants competing today. Please allow me to introduce the contestant in the speaking order as determined by the draw of lots. I will announce the name of the contestants, and they're requested to respond by switching on their cameras and microphone and saying hello as his or her name is announced. Shall we begin? Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Lana Taba. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Susan Jacob.
Hello.
Hello, thank you. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Bismi Sadasivan.
Hello.
Hello, thank you. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Faiz Ibrahim.
Hello.
Your video is not seen, Toastmaster Faiz?
I don't know, it's open for me.
Yes, now I can see you. So contestant number 4, Toastmaster Faiz Ibrahim, another hello.
Hello.
Contestant number 5,
Okay.
Toastmaster Riston Thomas. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Dhanushka Maduranga. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Loyola Pinto. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Prashant Ramakrishnan.
Hello.
Hello, thank you. These are our eminent contestants of the Humorous Contest Semi-Final Group B. May I request the Zoom Master to
It's done.
It's done.
Yes, continue.
Thank you so much. Now let me state the eligibility of the contestants. To be eligible, a contestant must be a Toastmaster in good standing, in a club in good standing, not be a current district or international officer, nor have declared their intent to run for district or international office. I confirm that all the contestants are eligible to compete. During the contest, I will introduce each contestant by announcing the contestant's name, then the speech title, repeating the speech title and the consultant's name. I'm sure Zoom masters and timers are ready. Contestants are ready. Audience, I'm sure you are geared up to witness an amazing humorous contest. Chief Judge, Distinguished Toastmaster David Griffiths, may I seek your permission to begin the contest?
Thank you, Madam Contest Chair. The judges are ready. You may proceed with the contest.
Thank you so much, Chief Judge. It is now time to commence the contest. Our first contestant is Toastmaster Lana Taba. Contestant number 1. Toastmaster Lana Taba, contestant number 1. Please confirm that the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible on your screen.
I still can't see the timer screen.
Can you see them on your screen, topmost, timer 1 screen and the timer 2 screen?
Give me a second. Yes, I can now. Right. Yeah.
You can, right? Okay. To check your audio and video again, contestant number 1, Toastmaster Lana Taba, please repeat the statement after me. A day without laughter is a day lost.
A day without laughter is a day lost.
I confirm that you're audible and visible. Thank you. Toastmaster Lana Taba. The visit, Toastmaster Lana Taba. Contestant number 1.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, my amazing guests. Welcome to my dinner party. I know you've been to many dinners, maybe even Arab dinners, but you've certainly not been to my dinners. It's 7 p.m., and whilst regular dinners may last for a couple of hours, not my dinners. Prepare a team of babysitters, tell your nannies that you're going to be extra late, and bring your sleeping bags along. Here's how my dinner starts. The moment you walk in, you are kissed and hugged. And we act as though we've not seen you in 20 years. You are then taken to the salon. And waiting for you are plates of saturated fats. We serve nuts. And that's when your arteries start screaming for help because they're about to clog. Don't worry though, because we will wash all these fats away with a selection of fruit juices. And if you're wondering if they're fresh or not, well, they're not. Then there's the call for dinner. Main dish is none other than our traditional mensaf, an avalanche of rice with lamb chunks and a salty yogurt sauce. And that's what you get as a regular guest. But if you're special, you get the full lamb. Yes, the full face with ears, mouth, nose, and eyes staring at you. Now, if you're worried about your cholesterol levels, stay home. This dinner's not for you. We also serve dessert, and you must have it. So if you have very high sugar levels, we just don't care. My husband takes the role of dessert sergeant at arms, and he will swear on his life that you eat dessert to the last bite. And he will even threaten to divorce me. And by the way, for the past 20 years of our marriage, we've renewed our vows well over 40 times. So now you're full of rice, you've digested the sheep, and you start to feel a little dizzy from the increased blood flow to your tummy. And you think you're done. You're wrong. We're not done with you. Our kitchen doesn't close. It's an Arab kitchen. We'll take you on another round of coffee, then more tea, more coffee, and more tea. Now, tea or coffee, anyone? Come on, I insist. And speaking of vows, a dinner at my house is never complete without toasting our daughter to her future in-laws. Our little angel has grown, and her picture frame would be strategically placed next to the dining table. She would make an entrance, and I would just imagine her walking down that aisle. I would have warned her in advance, though, not to wear her TikTok outfit. I'll tell you how much she's helped me set up the table. Really, she never even makes her bed in the morning. I'll tell you that she's a straight A student. In reality, she's failing her math side GCSE, and the only thing I would give her straight A's for is her argumentative skills and the number of TikToks she does a day. Now, tea or coffee, anyone? Come on, I insist. So now you've eaten, you've met the bride-to-be, and it's almost 1 a.m. Remember, you walked in my house at 7 p.m. Seriously, had there been a Toastmasters timer in the house, you would all be disqualified for going overtime. It's farewell time. You stand up to leave, and my husband and I start the hostage negotiations. Simply put, you're not allowed to leave. You're asked to stay seated, and we insist that you stay longer. We may even push you back to your seat. You think I'm kidding? I swear. Ask my auntie. One time, my mom dislocated my auntie's shoulder as she shoved her back to her seat. Yet, if you really, really insist, we let you go. At my house, we have 4 types of goodbyes. First is our pre-goodbye. And that's when we escort you to the door, we kiss and hug. Then we have our pre-goodbye. And that's when we talk about things that we forgot to talk about during dinner. We kiss and hug. Then we have our goodbye. And that's when you invite us over to your place the next time for the next weekend. We kiss and hug. Finally is the real goodbye. And that's the real goodbye. And that's when I rush to the kitchen to get a plate of dessert for you to take home. Really, that's for my future son-in-law. And I will give you anything else you like during the visit, like the coffee cups, the carpet, the wall hangings. We kiss and hug. And this time, we hug real tight, because it's the final one. And that entire goodbye could last up to an hour. I remember one time we escorted our guests down to their car. They were very special guests with 2 sons. And they insisted that we enter the car and to continue our goodbyes, and that lasted a good 30 minutes. Honored guests, I'd like to invite you over to my place the next time you're in town, in the area, in the division, in District 105. Bring your friends, anyone, your sons, anytime. You must come over, it's not an option. After all, we do need to meet at least once before the wedding night. You know, your son, my daughter, over to you.
Master, may we have the participation certificate displayed? May I request Toastmaster Lana Thaba to accept the participation certificate?
Thank you.
Thank you. A minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our second contestant is Toastmaster Susan Jacob. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Susan Jacob. Please confirm that the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, it's visible.
To check your audio and video again, please repeat the statement after me. A day without laughter is a day lost.
A day without laughter is a day lost.
I confirm that you are audible and visible. Thank you. Toastmaster Susan Jacob. Are men happier than women? Are men happier than women? Toastmaster Susan Jacob. Contestant number 2.
Are men happier than women? To start with, I'm not going to dwell into which phase of life it is, whether it's a before marriage thing or an after marriage thing. Yeah, I said it. Good morning, Toastmaster, chief guest, and contest chair, and everybody present. Today, my topic is about taking a couple of instances from my life where I felt that men are generally happier than women. Sleep. I love to sleep. In fact, I have an entire routine that revolves around this one thing called sleep. It starts with a warm shower, a hair care routine, a skincare routine, and a whatnot routine. And then I head to bed all warm and comfortable. And then there's my husband, who just walks into the shower, takes a scalding hot water bath from hell, and then proceeds to put on his moisturizer like so. At this point, I'm even wondering if he was moisturizing his hand or his face. Nevertheless, we head to bed all warm and comfortable. Next day morning, guess who gets up looking ravishingly good, gorgeous hair and great skin? Yeah, it's the one without all these routines. It's my husband. I feel like us women just deteriorate during the night. It's like there's this evil witch who looks at me and goes, she looks too happy in life. Let's give her some. What are these wrinkles? When did these crow feet come in? Another day, she goes, she's not carrying any baggage. Let's give some beneath her eyes. When did these eye bags appear? So that takes me to point number 1, which is less wrinkles, more happiness for men. Hiking is something that I love to do during these winter months here. And during one of those trips with my girlfriends, we realized that it's difficult for women to go by their business in the wilderness. And so one of us was just walking through, and my friend just goes, hey, do you know this phrase, the world is your oyster? And we go, yeah, I mean, it's about, wishing someone success into the world, right? And she goes, yeah, but I have a twisted version for it, which is generic for men. And it goes, the world is your toilet. Do wherever, whenever, free of all infections and judgment. To think of it, where's the lie in that? I mean, us women would hold it in for days even, unless we find a decent place to go to. And if we don't, we might as well just die holding it in. And that's kind of a freedom, right? And freedom is happiness. So that takes me to point number 2, which is less infections, less judgments, more happiness for men. Talking about freedom. Freedom to wear what I want, to wear and where I want, and dress however I want. I'm not getting into a controversial conversation. It's plain simple. A woman gets up in the morning, opens a cupboard and decides, what is the outfit of the day? And then proceeds to look at, maybe not sleeveless this today, maybe next week. Or maybe what if a skirt or a pant? Maybe skirt next week after the weekend. Men seem quite puzzled. And women exactly know what I'm talking about. Body hair. I mean, why can't women rock a mustache? Like, my husband says that I look awesome in a mustache. And that's when I know, ladies, that it's time for me to go visit a salon.
So that takes me to point number 3, which is less beauty standards, more happiness for men. In all of these examples, I see that we are to upkeep ourselves in a different way by society's standards. And for that, what do we need? We need more money. Talking about money, they say more money, more problems. If anybody has a problem having more money, more problems, just give it to me. And I will show you that it's not a problem at all. Talking about money, talking to a friend of mine about money, she goes that her colleague, who's a guy, happens to be paid more than her, although they're doing the same work. And I'm thinking, wait, how does that explain logically? We have these monthly feminine hygiene products. There are these beauty standards by the society we need to upkeep, and many other different things that men don't do on a general basis. So how are we underpaid? So that takes me to point number 4, which is less stress about money, more happiness for men. In all of these examples, I generally believe that men are happier than women. So to all the men listening out there, it's time to share all these little bits of happiness that you've been receiving. Whether it's your friend, girlfriend, wife, or your mother, let them know that they're always right in any conversation. Yes, let them know that they're always right in any conversation. Because in the end, these are the small wins that us women can have. And when women are happy, guess who's more happier around them? The men around them, of course. So that proves the point. Men are generally happier than women. Thank you, contestant.
May we have the participation certificate displayed, Zoom Masters? I now request Toastmaster Susan Jacob to accept the participation certificate.
Thank you.
Thank you. The certificate. Let us now continue the story during the second 1-minute silence. Remember that the story will continue in all the slides. 1 minute silent for the judges to mark their scores. Moving further to our next contestant, contestant number 3, Toastmaster Bismi Sadasivan. Toastmaster Bismi Sadasivan, please confirm that the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, I can see timer 1 and timer 2.
Visible. Thank you. To check your audio and video, please repeat the statement after me. A day without laughter is a day wasted.
A day without laughter is day wasted.
Thank you. Toastmaster Bismi Sadasivan. Evolution of generation. Evolution of generation. Toastmaster Bismi Sadasivan. Contestant number 3.
Johnny, yes, mummy. Chatting, no, mummy. Texting girlfriend, no, mummy. Open your WhatsApp, Ha ha ha. This is the new generation nursery rhyme. Contested Toastmasters and guests. Good morning. My parents, while they were kids, they used to walk miles and miles to reach their destination. Finding locations were easy on those days. But now, even with GPS, I often miss my exits. My parents' generation, the 1945 models, they were called the baby boomers. They led a very simple life. They didn't have iPhones, no internet, no Wi-Fi, no social media, no Google. But they had brains. They were very strong, rough and tough, and a stubborn generation, resistant to any sort of change. They were not after buy two and get two troubles free, but they were savers. They were saving not only for them, but for their babies and grandbabies. My parents' generation believed in the magic of 2. For them, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So most of them had 2 kids. But our grandparents were like, the more the merrier. For them, 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. My mom, she was not only a mom, she was a transformer. She transformed from cook to vacuum cleaner, to washing machine, to dishwasher. And every day morning, after 9 o'clock, she transformed to a high school teacher. She was a wonder woman. She understood the meanings of pauses and fillers. Which my father used to make, and she used to respond with coffee, tea, and snacks. She tolerated the tantrums of my grandparents. Which between all this, I just grew up strong and independent. Here comes my generation, the 1965 models, Generation X. While I was a kid, I obeyed my parents. Bismi, sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Bismi, dance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bismi, don't talk to strangers. Then they married me to a stranger. My generation is very active in social media, only in Facebook. New gen says Facebook is old gen, outdated, retirement home for people like me and you. New gen is into the new gen clubs like TikTok, Snapchat, Ding Dong, King Kong. Here comes the next generation, millennials, the 1980 models. My elder son, who is in university, is in this category. These guys are not born with silver spoons in their mouth, but with cell phones. They are phone addicts. 24 hours on this phone, scratching, scratching, scratching. And they don't attend a single call. No way. If the call is from their mom. Selfie generation. They will take selfies anywhere and everywhere. Now my son is with the selfie stick and my father with a walking stick. Here, what are the basic necessities of a man? Food, water, and shelter. But for Gen Z, it is Wi-Fi. My second son is a Gen Z, the 1996 model. They are born into the smart world of social media, Wi-Fi, and Google. When I am sad, I will cry. When I am angry, I will shout. But these Gen Zs, they communicate with emojis. When they are happy, when they like something, and when they want to ignore you. Here comes the next generation, the Gen Alpha, the 2009 model. My younger son is a Gen Alpha, and the oldest of this is only 13 years old. They are still evolving. For them, Google is old Gen, ChatGPT is new Gen, their new homework assistant. 10 years back, if you ask a child, what is your ambition? He will proudly say, I want to become an astronaut, scientist, doctor, engineer, and so on. But now, hello folks, please like and subscribe my channel to receive the notification of my very important videos. Today, I will show you how to count dance. Dear Toastmasters, during all these years, there is a new generation in this world. At first, it was my father, then me, now my kids. The senior generation always claim that they are the best, and the new gen will say, they are old, they cannot understand us. As time passes, the new becomes old and a new comes in. And this cycle continues. Am I right? Yes. So accept the changes and sing. Johnny, Johnny, yes, mommy. Chatting, chatting, yes, mommy. Texting, girlfriend, yes, mommy. Continue, continue, yes, mommy. Over to you, contestant.
May we have the participation certificate for Toastmaster Disney displayed? So, Masters,
Thank you.
please accept Toastmaster Disney your participation certificate.
Thank you.
Our next contestant is, 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is contestant number 4, Toastmaster Faiz Ibrahim. Toastmaster Faiz Ibrahim, please confirm that timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
No, I can't see them.
Just on your top screen, timer 1 screen and timer 2 screen.
Screen. Oh, can you? It is not pinned in the main screen. It is not pinned in the main screen.
Just a minute. Zoom Master.
Maybe because you are pinned. I don't know. Can you?
Zoom Masters, can we just guide you? on this? The timer 1 screen and the timer 2, just on the top.
No, it is not in the main screen. You are in the top only.
Mr. Fayaz, could you please check that top of the screen? You have arrow to move that to the leftmost.
Yes, I see it in the small screen. I want my face in the big screen, but in the side of screen, I see both of them. It's okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. To check the audio and video again, please repeat the sentence statement after me. A day without laughter is a day wasted.
A day without laughter is a day wasted.
I confirm that you are audible and visible. Thank you. Toastmaster Faiz Ibrahim. Culture clash in India. Culture clash in India. Toastmaster Faiz Ibrahim. Contestant number 4.
I have a dream to visit India and see Kareena Kapoor. I achieved it in 2017. I saw Kareena Kapoor, photos only, photos only. Contest Chair, Honorable Judge, and dear Toastmasters, good morning. I like traveling too much, but sometimes I fall in lots of troubles, problems. That's why I read a lot of information about the country which I visit, and also about the culture and the beautiful places where I can visit. That's how I prepare. But most of the time, also, I fall in the problems. In 2017, I visited India. In the aircraft, I saw the beautiful air hostess with the beautiful sari. I like the sari. And I think most of the men in the aircraft like that. That's why they are calling the air hostess orange juice, blanket, headphones, disturbing them. But they like them, and especially their fragrance. Too much, very nice, very beautiful. In this trip, exactly, I have a lot of troubles. They took us in a journey visiting a lot of country places, beautiful places. We visited one brown sea. I don't know the place exactly, but I imagining this brown sea like a big bowl of a character. I liked it. Then we went in the roads, a lot of people shouting here, shouting there, in the Krishna, in the buses. Everywhere they are shouting and shouting. You know, I'm coming from calm place, but I think we should understand the culture and the traffic everywhere. Later on, in the evening, we went for a restaurant. We entered the place. I liked the place. The waiter came. I start talking to him in Hindi. Kiale, if this is a Hindi word. He start talking to me. I don't know the words actually. I know it is wrong, but he started talking very fast. Yes, it was very fast. I don't understand. I just was opening my mouth like that. What? I don't know how to speak English. I know Kareena Kapoor. I know Tum Mera Dil and Life, Zindagi Acha Hai. This is only what I know. So I said I should stop philosophy and knowing everything. It is not. You are not supposed to know everything. I started asking for the food. I asked for the chicken. I know chicken is famous. Then the waiter asked me, you like it spicy? I said, yes, I like spicy food. Too much. After a few minutes, the order came. I ate it a lot of spices. Too much spicy, too much spicy. I thought spicy like Oman, very light. But I think this was spices with a chicken, not the opposite side. Oh my God, I took 5 ice cream with gulab jamun. Nothing can stop that one. Even fire extinguisher cannot stop. Oh my God. The problem did not stop here. At 4 a.m. in the morning, my stomach started moving. Start running to the toilet, running here, running there, every time. You know the issue with the chili? It is not while you are eating it. Later on, if you can get my point. So that's, be sure if you visit India, the chili is different there. So take care of that thing. And the problems also not finished here. The next day, we visited some famous places. Again, my stomach was moving. We were in some museums. I went very fast running to this guide. I told him I need toilet. He said, okay, you go to the first floor. Okay, where is the elevator? He said, no elevator, take the stairs. What? Stairs in this case? Oh, I start moving slowly. You know, the other problem that I was wearing bands. You have to open the belt, you have to open the bands. That's why for us it is easy. You know, wearing wizard, it is open easily and closing easily. The worst day I had, unfortunately. The second day also, we went for a shopping. I found a beautiful red sari. Oh my God. I start imagining this dancing chamak challo like the movies. I took the red sari. When I came back to Oman after a time, I told my wife, I want you to wear the sari. She shocked me, crushed me, destroyed me. She said, Faiz, the sari was very long. Why I have to wear it myself? See? Culture clash. And again, you have to understand. She said, I cut it to pieces for me and for your daughters. Oh my God. The all red nights turned black. And instead of singing Chamak Chalo, I sang only Zamana Kharab Hai. This is, I did not understand the culture, or better to say, did not understand my wife. This is the true fact. And the whole day gone like this, destroyed. The next day they said, we have a surprise for you. Tomorrow we will see a famous personality. Was excited to see. We read the place and we saw it is him. Yes, we show Shah Rukh Khan. Yes, Shah Rukh Khan. But house only. House only. My bad luck. Dear friends, if you want to travel, you better understand the culture, or you better fall in the problems, or to be sure, understand your wife better than that. And the other thing, if you know any place selling sari, please tell me. Contest share.
Zoom Master, may we have the participation certificate displayed? Toastmaster Faiz Ibrahim, kindly accept the participation certificate.
Thank you.
1 minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant number 5, Toastmaster Riston Thomas. Toastmaster Riston Thomas, please confirm that the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, timer 1 and timer 2 is visible. Thank you, Toastmaster.
There is some kind of background noise, I suppose. Can you just check on that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry about the inconvenience. How about now?
Thank you. It's fine now. To check the audio and video again, repeat the statement after me. A day without laughter is a day wasted.
A day without laughter is a day wasted.
Is a day wasted.
Is a day wasted.
I confirm that you are audible and visible. Thank you. Toastmaster Riston Thomas, the outstanding student. The outstanding student. Toastmaster Riston Thomas, contestant number 5.
Ever since I was young, I was an outstanding student. That means I was standing outside the class. Last week, I heard a conversation between my mother and my 5th grade maths teacher, who's quite stern. You know, Riston is giving a speech at the DTAC Toastmasters. A speech? What kind of speech is he giving? And what's DTAC Toastmasters? You see, it's a conference where people who like to speak go and watch other people who like to speak. He's giving a humorous speech. A humorous speech? How is this possible? He's not that funny. I thought the assessment wasn't fair. First of all, she's a math teacher, not a humor teacher. It's like asking Sachin Tendulkar for giving me tips on dancing. Sounds straight. All the examinations that I've written in a class, there was not even a single mark for humor. Suppose the question was, find x if x is the length of the hypotenuse. If I told her, it's right here, I don't think she'd have found the humor in that. Who's not funny now? Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and contest chair. Can you please raise your hand if you were an outstanding student inside the class? Congratulations to everyone who had kept their hand down for being an outstanding student outside the class. I remember the first time I was an outstanding student. It was a rainy afternoon and I was sitting in the last bench with my friend Leo looking at Nisha Miss. I said, Machan, she can't hear us because of the rain. Let's talk. Nisha Miss couldn't hear us, but from my body language, she understood I wasn't focused. She looked at both of us and said, out, both of you. Like Nisha Miss, I also couldn't hear what she was saying, but her body language was perfect. As I stood outside, I studied a very important lesson that day that's useful for all Toastmasters. Body language is very important in communication. But you say, Riston, the rational lesson there was to be quiet during class. Toastmasters, I am not AI. I am human. I am irrational. Lesson number 2. Google told me that it would take me 3 hours by 2 buses to reach my college. What the AI did not predict was that it would take the second bus 1 hour to be late. This led to me being late for a class of 60 minutes by 50 minutes. Mary ma'am looked at me and said, you have 2 options. Either you can stand outside or you can sing a song and sit inside. I decided to stand outside. Toastmasters, ask me why. If I did not sing, I would be standing outside. If I chose to sing, everyone else would have to go and stand outside. Lesson number 2, don't trust AI on human matters. But you say, Riston, that was not the rational lesson. The rational lesson was not to be late for class. Toastmasters, I am not AI. I am human. I am irrational. Outstanding incident number 3. During my post-graduation days, everyone in my class was an outstanding student. Toastmasters, ask me why. It's because it was COVID. There was not a single student in the class. Professor Bob looked at us and said, "You don't have to write a single examination. You just have to submit a project at the end of the semester using all the resources under the sun." The topper in the front bench looked at the professor and said, "Sir, what is the syllabus and how can I get an A?" The professor laughed, looked at us and said, "The world is your classroom. Life is your teacher. Your experience is your syllabus." For the first time in my life, I truly felt like an outstanding student. I was able to think outside the box. I was able to research outside the syllabus. Doing all of that, I was able to submit something totally unique. It's irrational in a world where only birds could fly to think that mankind could fly. The Wright brothers didn't think so. It's irrational in a world where cheetah was the fastest animal to think that mankind could outpace them. Henry Ford didn't think so. With all its computing powers in the world, AI cannot predict if the stock market will go up or down today because the world is run by irrational humans. Forget tomorrow. I don't think AI can predict what I'm having tonight for dinner. Even I don't know because I'm human, I am irrational. If you want to know about the past, ask AI. If you know about the future, ask the irrational humans who are going to create it. There are 3 important lessons that I want to take you away from the speech. Lesson number 1, be human, be irrational. Lesson number 2, be a student. The world is your classroom. Life is your teacher. Your experience is your syllabus. And lesson number 3, don't listen to any math teacher that tells you that you are not funny. Now, I just want to say something with a caveat. When I say be irrational, I mean to be a rational thinker that takes irrational decisions. I don't want you to gamble anything right now. You are not that lucky. But lucky for you, I have a luck meter. Let's play a game. Think of a number between 1 to 100. Any number. Now shout it out loud. All right? The number, if you had thought about it, was 99. Under normal circumstances, you would be right. But unfortunately, the speech is given by a backbencher. The actual number is number 66. Back to you, contest chair.
May I request the Zoom master to display the participation certificate? Toastmaster Riston Thomas, please accept your participation certificate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant, contestant number 6, is Toastmaster Dhanushka Maduranga. Toastmaster Dhanushka, please confirm that the timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, both of them are visible to me.
Thank you. To check the audio and video, repeat the statement after me. A day without laughter is a day wasted.
A day without laughter is a waste.
I confirm that you are audible and visible. Thank you. Toastmaster Dhanushka Maduranga. Marriage. Marriage. Toastmaster Dhanushka Maduranga. Contestant number 6.
Marriage. Marriage. Why we marry? I mean, why we really marry? Can someone guess? It is just a one word and it starts with F. Can someone guess? Don't worry, it is nothing other than freedom. But some people believe it as the exact opposite. Now, contest chair and a panel of judges, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, let us see from our audience today, how many of you believe that marriage gives you freedom? Raise your hands. I can see only few hands, but most of you are not raising your hands. Does it mean you are saying marriage restricts your freedom? My goodness, I never thought among our audience today we had this many drinking people. No worries. Let me show you my logic why I say marriage gives us freedom. Do you remember when we were bachelors? We used to go shopping, take vegetables, cut for hours and hours, finally ended up cooking something even the dogs cannot eat. Today, our wives cook delicious food and bring to our table. Also, do you remember when we were traveling? We had to do our own packing. We had to decide what to wear, when to wear, how many times to wear, whether wearing it inside and out. But today, we don't need to do that because your wife does the packing. If this is not freedom, then what do you call this? But my friends, this freedom has its own ups and downs. Let me give you a good example from my life. Recently, I bought one new smartphone. This was a special one because it had fingerprint sensors. It allows us to register 5 fingerprints. After I registered my 1, 2, 3, 4 fingerprints, my wife told me, wait, that 5th thumb would be mine. Then I asked her, Mama, what? Why are you asking for that? Then she gave me that usual look where we don't understand whether to cry or laugh. Then she told me, sweetheart, it is because of your freedom only. If you are eating, I will get into your phone. If you are in washroom, I will even send messages like an assistant. What? I was so relieved. I immediately grabbed her hand and registered the 5th thumb before she changes her mind. After a couple of days, I realized the greatest mistake I have ever done in my life. Because I used to chat with my ex-girlfriend using Facebook. Recently, she asked me whether there are any vacancies in Oman. I told, why not? Definitely, let me help you. But to my utter surprise, after a couple of days, I only responded to her, saying that there are no vacancies in Oman. Don't even think about coming here. It is a dream only. And to all that, I have even blocked her. I couldn't understand how this could happen. Finally, I realized this is the work of that 5th thumb. Now I understood why my wife was acting so weirdly later. In order to counter that, I had to do something. You know what I did? I gave her my credit card. I told, sweetheart, take this credit card and buy whatever you want, whenever you want. Be free like a bird. Marriage is meant to be free, isn't it? She was so happy. After a couple of days' time, Yes. Like a slap in my face, a message in my phone saying that 50 real was deducted at Victoria's Secret. I don't understand why these people call it as Victoria's Secret when they display everything like an exhibition. Because that is the only place on earth where I walk in front of it with my eyes closed. I'm sure many of you also would be doing the same. But my dear friends, that was not the end. What about online orders? Every week, I used to get boxes from Victoria's Secret. One day, my neighbor asked from me, "Sir, have you bought any shares from Victoria's Secret?" I said, "No, I just became the sole distributing agent in Oman." Then I asked from him, "How many ladies are there at your house?" But he didn't speak with me thereafter. Day after day, I used to get messages from various stalls that I never thought existed before. Finally, I ended up pumping more money to my own credit card in a frequency more than I pump petrol to my car. But ultimately, I got the opportunity to take the revenge. You know how? My company offered me a new smartphone. I asked from them whether it has fingerprint sensors. They said yes. I said, "No, no, Habibi, please. I need one without fingerprint sensors." And they gave me one. You know what I did with that? I created the fake Facebook profile. From that, I'm chatting with my 9 girlfriends simultaneously. Nobody knows, nobody understands, even my wife. That's not right. This is much bigger than Victoria's Secret. My dear friends, marriage is meant to be free. It is your talent and ability to find it, grab it, and hold it. Indeed, I have to thank Toastmaster International for arranging this online platform, because unless otherwise, if this was physical, my wife would be sitting among you as a participant. And today will be my last day on earth. Over to you, contestant.
May I request the Zoom master to display the participation certificate for Toastmaster Dhanushka. Toastmaster Dhanushka Madhuranga, please accept your certificate.
Thank you.
1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballot. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Loyola Pinto. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Loyola Pinto. Please confirm. Please confirm that timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, both are visible.
Thank you. To check the audio and video, repeat the statement after me. A day without laughter is a day wasted.
A day without laughter is a day wasted.
I confirm that you're audible and visible. Thank you. Toastmaster Loyola Pinto. Someone is watching me. Someone is watching me. Toastmaster Loyola Pinto. Contestant number 7.
I've got something coming on my screen from the host about spotlighting.
Is it still there?
Yeah, now it's gone. Every morning, I check my WhatsApp messages in the washroom while I do my business. I know you also do that. One morning, I spent an extra 20 minutes to complete my business. Suddenly, an advertisement popped up. Having trouble doing your business today, Lloyd? Try Chiquita Bananas. They will give you that extra push you need. We guarantee 100% better motion without emotion. Contest chairperson, honorable judges, fellow Toastmasters. That was the first time I knew that Google was not only monitoring my time online, but it was also monitoring my time in the toilet. That evening, I received a Google customer satisfaction survey inquiring, how satisfied were you with our banana advertisement? I had to select from some pretty colorful options, from a red constipated face to a stress-relieved green face. Since then, I have heard that many of our club members have got targeted ads for everything, from fairness cream to cream for piles. I don't know why, but once I got an advertisement for adult diapers. And I'm like, not so soon, Google. As of now, why don't you send it as a gift to your senior management? One evening, I went to watch belly dancing. At home, I informed that I was attending our Toastmasters meeting. When I got back, there was a pop-up message. Did you enjoy Shakira's belly dance today? My wife was sitting next to me. I saw her peeping. I immediately tilted the mobile. By then, she had already read up to, did you enjoy Shakira's belly? She made such a big issue out of it that I had to show her the entire message. She demanded an explanation for lying. I had to use my table topic skills to come up with a quick lie. I said, today our meeting theme was belly dancing. There, our TME Shakira entertained us with a belly dance. Now, every time I get into the car, I find these massage cards on my car window. Very common in UAE. Usually, I throw them away. Once I was tempted to visit. When I got back, there was a pop-up message. Did you enjoy Laila's massage today? My wife saw it. She was furious. Now, who is this Laila? This time I could not say she's a Toastmaster. I said, Google's autocorrect feature missed the two O's of Loyola and made me Laila. It meant, did you enjoy Loyola massage today? Now, every week, Google sent me a report. How many hours I spent on Facebook? How many hours I spent on WhatsApp? How many hours I spent in the toilet? Then it compares with the previous week and tells me where I'm spending more time. Even in office, our planning engineers do not give us such detailed reports. Google has also been tracking me at nights. Google Maps knows exactly the number of steps from my bed to the washroom. One night it found that I was going frequently to the washroom. Next morning, I get a pop-up message. Are you frequently urinating, Lloyd? Then you need to check your kidneys. Please visit Dr. Kathrak at the NMC hospital today. I said, hello, Google. You need to recommend a clinical doctor. Toastmaster Dr. Kathrak is a surgeon. If I go to him, he will cut everything. Good for you, said Google. His 4 p.m. appointment is still available. By mistake, I said, okay, Google. Immediately it replied, hey, Loyola, appointment booked. I said, go to hell. It said, route unknown. Google has also been giving me false recommendation. Once it recommended butter chicken at a popular Indian restaurant. It was delicious. So the next day I wanted to order again. But this time it was recommending chili chicken. Confused, I called the restaurant. He said, yesterday butter chicken was remaining. So it was recommended. Today, chili chicken is remaining. You want, sir? He asked. I said, why don't you send it to the Google mess? Google once got me almost beaten up. I was entering the elevator when I got a pop-up message. Having vision problems? Start blinking. Good for your eyes. So like a complete moron inside the lift, I started blinking at myself. A lady in the lift thought I was flirting with her. She informed her husband. He came to punch me in the eye. I immediately acted as if I've got severe blinking problem. Now, whenever I meet them, my eye automatically starts blinking. Now, finally, I'm scared of Google pop-ups. I have stopped opening them. In turn, Google has started luring me. Every night it sends me a message with a red heart. I want to be yours. I want to be yours. But I don't open it. Once I opened it and I found it was from our division director, DTM Umar Khan. Contest chair.
May I request the Zoom master to display the participation certificate?
Thank you.
Toastmaster Loyola Pinto, please accept your participation certificate. Thank you so much. 1 minute silence for the judges to mark the scores. Moving on to contestant number 8, Toastmaster Prashant Ramakrishnan. Toastmaster Prashant, is timer 1 and timer 2 screen visible?
Yes.
Thank you. To check the audio and video, please repeat the statement after me. A day without laughter is a day wasted.
A day without laughter is a day wasted.
I confirm that you're audible and visible. Thank you. Toastmaster Prashant Ramakrishnan. Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. Toastmaster Prashant Ramakrishnan. Contestant number 8.
Oh my God. I think my Zoom is getting updated now. Is there any way? Can you, I think I lost. Can you hear me? Hello? Can somebody confirm? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
The famous speaker, thinker, life coach, moreover a fabulous critic, Toastmaster Prashant Ramakrishnan Tejas, Toastmaster Club BP Education 21-22 once said, a good speaker is the one who can make his shoe tips speak. With the limitation here, let me avoid the unwanted frills. Dear contest chair, fellow Toastmaster, guests, disclaimer. All characters appearing in this speech are not fictitious. Any resemblance to real people, living or dead, or to any Toastmasters is purely intentional. And the most important, no animals were hurt, injured, or harmed during the making of this speech. Last 1 month, all contestants were added to a WhatsApp group by the contest chair. One of the contestants asked a question which triggered a heated discussion in our group. How is it possible to give humorous speech on a Zoom platform? Contestant Bravo supported the question raised by contestant Alpha by sending a thumbs up emoji. Contestant Delta read the message and is typing. He is still typing and typing. All contestants were patiently looking forward for contestant Delta's valuable opinion on the discussion topic. Finally, his message got delivered. All the best contestants. What? That's it. That's it. Contestant Alpha, Bravo, Delta, Gamma continued their discussion on the logic behind having humorous speech on Zoom platform. One was asking how and where and till how much time should any give a pause for laugh. One was sharing a part of his script to show that he has mentioned pause for laugh, showing off his confidence. I felt he was overconfident. Why? Because in brackets, he has mentioned 32 seconds pause for laugh after cracking a joke. Even 3 seconds is boring. Suddenly, one of the contestants asked, why contestant Charlie is so silent? Seeing this, contestant Charlie, the famous speaker, thinker, life coach, moreover fabulous critic, Toastmaster Prashant Ramakrishnan Tejas, Toastmaster Club BP Education 21-22 replied, we all are Toastmasters. We should be able to adapt to any situation. It doesn't matter where, how, when you are asked to perform. Adapting and rising to the situation is what we are different from others. I got 9 hearts for this message. Don't judge my max. 1 heart is of the contest chair. Dear contestants, if you have noticed, the great opening of my speech was possible only because this contest is on Zoom platform. In physical meeting, we can feel the crowd. Your speech flow can be controlled looking at the crowd's reaction. When the crowd laughs, you pause your speech. When the crowd is disturbed, you raise your voice. When the crowd is yawning, you better stop. But through Zoom meetings, you must create it. The beauty here is you can create the way you want it. For example, you can keep this in the background. When you land your joke, you look into it, give it a pause, and keep it back. Corona visited us, joining hands with the unfamous ones. The surgical mask, gloves, sanitizer, erythromycin, and the Zoom meetings. Now that Corona left us, making the unfamous ones the most famous, except the one who is still among us, none other than Zoom meetings. Now it's time to adapt ourselves on how to deliver humorous speech in front of the imaginary audience. The art of tackling any situation in a different approach creates thug life experience. After my speech, I may become Swatwik Prashant Toastmaster, Gurgurananda, or a fool who made fun of himself. Those who agree with the second option, please make a noise. Out of 150 here, none, all are with Gurgurananda. You see, this is how we create reaction in the way we want it. As a famous speaker, thinker, life coach, moreover a fabulous critic, I would like to apply Newton's first law to Zoom-based humorous speech contest. An object will not change its motion unless a force acts on it. Humor will not make any impact unless there is any crowd reaction. Hope next year we may have an opportunity to apply Newton's third law. There is an equal and opposite reaction for every action. Looking forward for humorous physical meet contest 2024. Over to you, contest chair.
Zoom Master, may we have the participation certificate displayed? Toastmaster Prashant Ramakrishnan, please accept your participation certificate.
I do accept. Thank you.
3 minutes silence for the judges to mark the ballots and finalize the results. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a contestant a round of applause. This concludes the humorous contest and hereby adjourn the District 105 DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest semi-final Group B. The results will be announced at the end of the day. I request all the contestants to be present at the time of the results announcement with the screen name and keep their videos on. Toastmasters and guests, thank you for your support. I thank DTAC for providing me this opportunity to be the contest chair for this rib rattling, roll out laughing, funny bones, cracking, humorous contest semi-final B. Now, I request the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Anil Thomas, to take the proceedings forward. Over to you, Toastmaster Anil Thomas.
Thank you, Contest Chair Toastmaster Abida, for conducting the DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest Semi-Final Group B most efficiently. Special gratitude to Al Bahja Group, our sponsor and well-wisher. Thank you, Team Al Bahja, for being a great support for DTAC 2023. Before we go for lunch, I need to make a few announcements. International Speech Contest final will be aired into District 105 YouTube channel only. And the Zoom access will be given only to role players. The speech contest will be at 2:15 p.m. GST, that's the Gulf Standard Time. Our keynote speaker, Mrs. Geeta Ramanujam, will be addressing us through Zoom and YouTube channel both. Lunch more, worry less, and now it's time for a short lunch break. The most awaited results, DTAC 2023 Humorous Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A and Group B, will be announced at the end of the day. Dignitaries, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we come to the culmination of the District 105 DTAC 23 Day 1 first segment. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. See you soon. God bless. Until then, signing off, your MC, Toastmaster Anil Thomas.